Hey guys, this is video number 5 in the harmony series where we are going to look at the symmetry of chord function. Now, stepping back, in these videos what we've been doing is exploring how to craft good chord progressions, because a lot of times musicians, and especially guitarists, learn how to play different chord shapes on the guitar, how to play different chords, but then they don't understand the logic or theory of those chords and how to arrange them into nice and compelling chord progressions. So that's what we've been looking at here. And what we found is that it's not random at all. You don't just play some chord shapes and hope that they sound good together, but there's definitely a theory and a science to the art of good chord progressions. And as a basic recap, the way it works is this. You just take the chords of a key, like these in the key of G, and then organize these harmonies by what's called their chord function, or the general roles that each one plays within any chord progression. Chords 1, 3, and 6, shown here simply by their root notes in Roman numerals, generally serve as harmonies of stability, chords that evoke a sense of calm and resolution in a song, while chords 2 and 4 inject a feeling of change in a chord progression, or a visceral movement away from a key's tonic home base that propels a song forward. And then chords 5 and diminished 7 are used as chords of tension, which give a progression a feeling of suspense that naturally and audibly wants to resolve back to a chord of stability once more. So together, these various chord functions of stability, change, and tension inform how a progression might flow through this harmonic space, giving the music a sense of purpose and direction as it is propelled forward. And in the previous video, we looked at 3 different examples of chord progressions to see how this movement can flow through harmonic space, each following its own different path through the roles of chord function. And as a result, each one had its own unique sound. The first was Blue Suede Shoes by Carl Perkins, which flows through chord functions of stability, change, and tension using the 1, 4, and 5 harmonies. Well, it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready, now go cat, go, and don't you step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything but lay off of them blue suede shoes. And then the next chord progression was from the song With or Without You by U2, which flows through chord functions of stability, change, and tension using chords 1, 5, 6, and 4. With or without you, with or without you, oh, I can't live. With or without you. And then the last chord progression we looked at was from Weezer's song Island in the Sun, which again flows through chord functions of stability, change, and tension using chords 6, 2, 5, and 1. On an island in the sun, we'll be playing and having fun, and it makes me feel so fine I can't control my brain. Now, all of these songs sound good, right? And that is for a couple of reasons. First, because all of the chords within a key stem from the same underlying scale within that key. Each chord is closely connected. They are compatible and work well together. And because all of these progressions flow through the different states of stability, change, and tension using the power of chord function, each progression sounds really nice because it's using the underlying theory that's at play within music. But did you notice anything else, any other similarity between these examples? As we looked at Blue Suede Shoes, With or Without You, and Island in the Sun, all of them have been in the key of G, centered around the G major chord as the tonic, chord 1, where G sits at the tonal center of gravity in each song. In each of these progressions, the one chord is G major, so the ultimate destination in all of these songs, the point of resolution to which they all come back, is G. But the beauty of chord function is that it's actually consistent across all 12 keys. In other words, the same principles of harmony are universal. So really the chords in every key follow the same exact patterns, since all 12 keys are symmetrical, which means chord function applies in the same way whether you're in the key of G, or D, or A, E, B, G flat, D flat, A flat, E flat, B flat, F, C, or again G. And as a result, once you understand how chords function in one key, you've already learned the rest, which allows you to write a song in any key you'd like. To illustrate this point, let's play through the song Blue Suede Shoes in a handful of different keys to see how chord function is consistent from one to the next. Starting with the key of G, since that's what we've been doing so far and it's familiar. Well, it's 1 for the money, a 2 for the show, a A 3 to get ready, now go cat, go, now don't you step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything but lay off of them blue suede shoes. But we could just as easily play this same song in, say, the key of D, for example. Well, it's 1 for the money, a 2 for the show, a 3 to get ready, now go cat, go, don't you step on my blue suede shoe. You can do anything but lay off of them blue suede shoes. Now when you shift keys like this, it's called transposition, because you trans or move the position of the notes that you're playing. And musicians will do this for a couple of reasons. One, to accommodate a certain vocal range. In this case, it was really high for me, so I would normally shift down to a different key than D, but that is one reason that you might transpose a song. And then also just to accommodate your fingering. Sometimes the chords might be harder to play in a certain key because you might have to play a bar chord, and so it's easier to play an open chord, meaning open strings, and so you might transpose for that reason as well. Now, since the key of D was admittedly a bit of a reach for my own vocal cords, let's shift it down to, say, the key of A, and as you'll see, the chord function is consistent in this key as well, because all keys are symmetrical and follow the same basic patterns. Now it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show, a 3 to get ready, now go cat, go, don't you step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything but lay off of them blue suede shoes. Now for me, that was less of a strain on my vocal cords, and so I'd prefer the key of A over the key of D. And honestly, for me, G was the easiest to sing because I have this sultry kind of low voice. That's not true, but the key of G was more comfortable for me. And in each of these examples, we played in different keys, whether it was G or D or A. Yet despite this difference, as you can see and hear, they all work in essentially the same way, since they flow through the same common states of stability, change, and tension. So really, you could write a song in any other key as well, and the chords would function the same. In fact, to see this point even more clearly, check out this image that shows the 1-4-5 progression of blue suede shoes in all 12 keys. And while each key has its own colors, resulting in a kaleidoscope of hues, the basic structure of the song is unchanged from one key to the next, right? So just like Andy Warhol's famous portrait of Marilyn Monroe, it's basically the same image shown repeatedly. Of course, any two songs are different in the way they each progress through harmonic space, which is why tunes like Blue Suede Shoes and Island in the Sun are distinguishable, for example. But what I mean to say is that when you transpose these songs into other keys, each transposition will sound similar since all keys are identical and follow the same underlying rules of harmony. So whether you're in the key of G or D or A or E, etc., they're all equal when it comes to composition. Anyway, now that you know how chord function works in all keys, in the next video, we'll expand on this understanding to see how you can combine multiple progressions like building blocks to create full and fleshed out songs. So thank you for watching, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.